What's going on, guys? Welcome to Everything Always. My name's Michael Roman, aka All Fires. Now, after Marvel Studios did their first round of Avengers Doomsday casting announcements via their chair teaser, Robert Downey Jr. and Marvel took to social media for a quick conversation to let everybody know that there were more names coming. That was just the first round. And in the wake of that announcement, I think it's at least fair to consider that may have been the first round because those were the only names they had under contract. Several industry insiders have indicated they started filming on Doomsday without the script or the cast complete. Well, today we got a major bombshell update coming from a trusted industry insider source, one with a recent and accurate track record, revealing another 33 names and the rest of the cast for Avengers Doomsday. We have the full list for you. We're going to go through all 33 names, and I think more interesting than what's revealed on this cast listing and if it's accurate are the names that are omitted. Some recent fan favorites from the last half decade are not on here. We're breaking it all down, but first, if you could grab the subscribe button. Thanks to everyone who's been subscribing lately. Seriously, our community is growing again at a breakneck pace. If you haven't already, I would just kindly invite you to do so. It's the #1 thing you can do to support us as content creators here at the channel. Plus, it enters you for the giveaway. Speaking of which, stick around to the end of the video. We announce a brand new PS5 winner to celebrate the drop of Thunderbolts in theaters. Okay, so first up, the normal spoiler warning. This is coming from a trusted industry insider source, so if this is in any way going to ruin your future Avengers Doomsday casting announcements, now would be the time to back out. That source is none other than Jeff Snyder. You guys can follow him over on his own editorial at the InSnyder. He's also quite ubiquitous with Marvel Scoops over on the Hot Mic podcast for the last couple of years, and he is the guy who nailed Robert Downey Jr. coming back as Dr. Doom about 2 months before that was officially announced. So taking that all into account, this is the additional casting he revealed for Avengers Doomsday. Bruce Banner, Wong, Carol Danvers, James Rhodes, Nebula, Clint Barton, Kamala Khan, Okoye, Valkyrie, Ouroboros, Monica Rambeau, Adam Warlock, Riri Williams, America Chavez, Sylvie, She-Hulk, Wonder Man, Cassie Lang, B-15, Maria Rambeau, Femke Janssen back as Jean Grey, Halle Berry back as Storm, Phyla from Guardians of the Galaxy 3, Mobius, Peter Quill, Nick Fury, Charlize Theron back as Clea, Doctor Strange, Peggy Carter, Steve Rogers, Rocket Raccoon, Groot, and Cosmo. Okay, so there were some names we expected to see on here. Obviously, the whole crew from the Marvels because of where Monica Rambeau ended up, and that probably being the most likely X-Men timeline that we're going to visit, and some OG Avengers. Yeah, even though we had that update yesterday that Jeremy Renner turned down Marvel and Disney on Hawkeye Season 2 because they offered him half the money. If you missed our coverage on that, we posted a video on that last night. We expected to see Bruce Banner, Clint Barton. We also expected to see some other OG characters like James Rhodes and Wong, and of course, they teased that Star-Lord would return. It's not surprising to see Peter Quill. Now, they've added the Guardians of the Galaxy new team into the mix, and very exciting, they're bringing back some more OG Fox members like Jean Grey and Halle Berry. Even though Halle Berry's been insistent that she is not coming back for this Avengers film, maybe they just weren't done negotiating. And that's why I mentioned during the prologue, and half jokingly, if the rumors are true, we only got a first round of announcements because those were the only ones they had under contract. Now, if Jeff Snyder is right, and this is the full casting for Avengers Doomsday, there are 5 names I want to focus on, 2 of which are included in this announcement, 3 of which are noticeably absent from both announcements, and let's start with those. Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman, Deadpool and Wolverine, not included on either list, which is totally surprising given all of the rumors we had heard back before Deadpool and Wolverine dropped that Kevin Feige was so impressed with the whole production that he definitely wanted more Deadpool and Wolverine in Avengers 5 and Avengers 6. And of course, Ryan Reynolds real recently said that he's better showing up in other people's movies than ever really joining the Avengers and the X-Men. But for Deadpool and Wolverine to have performed as well as it did and be one of the better multiverse movies, and then not to have Deadpool and Wolverine be in Avengers 5 would feel a little bit weird. So we'll have to wait and see if this is the final list, but I find the omission of those 2 names shocking. Just as shocking as the omission of Tom Holland's Spider-Man. Look, we've been reporting on it here at the channel. There have been industry insiders who indicated that Brand New Day, the events of Spider-Man 4, are going to take place at the same time as Avengers Doomsday. And presumably, if he's present in those events, he's not going to be in Avengers Doomsday. We sort of suspected that given the reports. Still shocking to me that he's not. And the way that they left off the character, having Peter Parker and his relationship with all of those other characters, having him removed from that sort of makes sense that he wouldn't be in the fray and right off the bat. And And yes, they do have a lot of characters to get to. Still, it's Peter Parker. It's crazy that he wouldn't be in Avengers 5. Now, the two names that were included in this list that Jeff Snyder just dropped that tied to Tom Hiddleston being a part of the first round of casting announcements are obviously Mobius and Ouroboros. I didn't know if we would see Mobius again back in the MCU after the way they left off Loki Season 2, but the reason I'm sort of surprised to see these names and tied to this story is because I really consider them tied up in the end of Victor Timely, He Who Remains, and the whole Kang storyline that I was pretty sure they would do everything in their power to avoid. And even though undeniably Loki's position now at the center of the multiverse is tied to the TVA, is tied to He Who Remains, and Marvel was never going to be able to circumvent that, these were just characters I didn't think that we would see again. So super interesting now that we have maybe a whole cross section of what is the TVA still currently involved. And knowing that we won't be seeing Jonathan Majors or Kang again, I just really am interested how they're going to attack all of this and sort of get it in line with, hey, this is what was going on with He Who Remains. There was a sacred timeline. Loki replaced him. Did that unleash Doctor Doom? Is that why we're now facing Doctor Doom and from the multiverse? Because things are finally in a different state. But you guys let me know all your theories down below and your reaction to this cast listing. Are there any names on here that you were expecting to see from the MCU that aren't, maybe like Kate Bishop, Haley Steinfeld, or some others? Or are you just as curious as I am how in the world they are going to get all of these characters into just one movie, let alone Avengers Secret Wars? Let me know all your comments down below. Quickly, let's get into the giveaway stuff and announce a brand new PS5 winner. Okay, we are giving away PS5s for every Marvel drop this year, and to celebrate Thunderbolts dropping in theaters officially today, let's announce a brand new winner. The winner is Half-Drawn PE for this comment here. An Earth X storyline would be really cool to see. Thank you so much for your support here at the channel. All you got to do is DM me on Instagram at IamFires or email me on my business email. It's down in the description and the about section of the channel. We'll get you verified. We'll get it right out to you guys, and it's that simple. All you got to do is be a subscriber, leave a comment on this video, and because it's truly random, the more videos you comment on, the better chance you have of winning. All winners will always be announced the same way we did today, live with my voice, reading the name of the winner and the winning comment on screen. So if you should ever get any sort of spam on my channel, really any channel on YouTube, just remember anybody can take a content creator's photo, claim to be them. It's all just a ruse to get your information and then try to charge you for shipping for a prize that doesn't exist. Guys, no content creator, myself included, will ever charge you for the shipping if you should win a prize. Please remember that, and if you get any spam, just report it directly to YouTube. They are very swift about deleting those comments in those accounts. The best way to keep up with the content here at the channel has always been to hit the notification bell with all notifications turned on, and as always, if you liked today's video, I'd appreciate it if you'd hit the like button. My name's Michael Roman. Find me in a couple of places, Instagram and Twitter at IamFires. You can also find me on Spotify, YouTube, Amazon, Apple, iTunes, under the name AllFires. I sincerely appreciate you checking my music out. Thanks for checking this channel out. Stick around. We'll be posting again real soon.